Mangal Mars is the general of the army of the gods. He is testosterone and masculinity, and in this sense he is represented by warfare as a physical and aggressive act. The SEC issued a Wells notice to Uniswap on Wednesday, April 10th, the day that Mars passed Saturn in the sky. A Wells notice means that the SEC will be bringing charges against Uniswap. Uniswap founder Hayden Adams said he was annoyed, disappointed, and ready to fight. When Mars meets restriction, he is typically refueled. In personal life, that's why it's important to go forward from any setbacks of a Mars-Saturn transit in a steady type of way, because if the person explodes, then it can damage their own structure, since Saturn is present and creates formal restriction and is also very strong due to being cold and condensing and condensed. Sun enters Mars' sign of Aries now, beginning on Saturday, April 13th. So when you see this episode of the Mars Crypto Podcast, Sun will actually already be in Aries. Sun is leaders and CEOs, such as people like Hayden Adams or other industry leaders. Sun is exalted in Aries, meaning that these people will get more strength and this will be conducive to Mars, i.e. the crypto industry, fighting well. The crypto industry in particular represents Mars on the Earth plane because of the amount of young men in the crypto industry. Mars is young men. I see that Thursday the 18th and Friday the 19th of this month, April, will be important for the crypto industry's battle, because on this day, Mercury retrogrades past Venus in Pisces, second from Saturn, meaning that helpful information can be offered on these days to regulators, which can aid in the long-term battles of our industry. Furthermore, as Jupiter will be transiting third from Mars on those days, key players in the industry should be investing in their relationships with policymakers who can create a new mindset of nurturing the sustainable growth of the industry by way of new policy. It's almost like the industry needs to adopt a teaching role to policymakers themselves. And in this way, this is like the key to success due to Jupiter's upcoming entrance into Kritika Nakshatra, third from Mars in the sky. However, it's likely that the process will be frustrating for the next while until the last part of May, when Venus will pass Sun in Taurus. Until then, it can be a frustrating battle. In my predictive books, which you can find on ShiningBull.com, you can read about what I predict for the end of May for Bitcoin and Ether. I do see a positive outcome. By the way, so as I was scripting these out, the lady SEC, Hester Pierce, I believe, she is a very powerful woman in the SEC. She tweeted something something like a reminder that they're looking for, I think, advisors to their policy makers. That caught my eye because that was clearly an expression of what is going on with Jupiter right now. Jupiter right now is transiting in a Venus-ruled nakshatra. Venus is a woman, represents women a lot of times. Venus right now is exalted in Pisces. So this is a powerful woman, and she was mentioning something which is indicative of where Jupiter is going. Jupiter is about to enter into Kritika Nakshatra, as I mentioned. That nakshatra is also related to women in more of a mothering sense, of a nurturing role. But it's not just that. It's nurturing in how, nurturing, like how kind of bigger policy creators, or it could even be like, for example, venture capitalists, people who are able to, or incubator companies, people who are able to like invest and in that way nurture something to grow in a healthy manner. So when she tweeted that, I thought of this exact thing that I'm saying. I think that's very important. So like I said, it's like the industry has to now take a teaching role to the policymakers, and that's going to aid the industry in the fight. So